Hello and welcome to Wausau East Fieldhouse, here for the exciting Wausau East versus Wausau West volleyball matchup. We're in for a good one, folks. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait for this. Did you get the pregame interview with the...
Christian, yeah, I did. This is what she said. I have the plug for you. Okay, Christian. Here's what you're going to say.
Kathy Newton, 0-10, lost to Marshfield last, Merrill and Spash.
In the in that tournament. Christian?
Yep.
Here's what you're going to say. In the rivalry between Wausau West High and Wausau East, some games are played for logs, and other games are played for rocks. But tonight's game is played for a cure for breast cancer. Now this started 5 years ago when I have the two names here.
Where's that?
When Bria Fisher of Wausau West and Allie
when am I going to talk about this?
What did you say?
When am I going to talk about this?
What did you think of that plug?
That's good. When do you want me to talk about that? You're going to say...
Right after I start.
Well, obviously, Nathan, this is more about...
Are we starting the stream?
Are we live?
We're live. Welcome to Wausau East Fieldhouse for tonight's Volley for the Cure game. Wisconsin Valley Conference rivals Wausau East and Wausau West High face off tonight for the 5th annual Volley for the Cure game. My name is Nathan Townsend alongside my co-host Christian Townsend and all the Wausau East television staff. And we would like to welcome all of our listeners to the 5th annual Volley for the Cure game.
And this is going to be one game. This game pits Wausau East versus Wausau West. And a game that's not very important when it comes to Wisconsin Valley Conference, but very important when it comes to crosstown rivalry.
Yeah, and I mean, it's more than a crosstown rivalry. In some rivalries, in some of the rivalries between Wausau East and Wausau West, people play for logs. In some crosstown rivalries between Wausau East and Wausau West, they play for rocks. Tonight's game, they're playing for a cure. And I think that's really what's the significant part about this. It's not separating the two schools, it's bringing them together. And that's really what this Volley for the Cure game has been.
Yeah, this all started 5 years ago when Bria Fisher's mom, Bria Fisher's a West player 5 years ago. Her mom got breast cancer. She was looking online trying to figure out things she could do to raise money to help her mom. And she came out with all these volleyball games, doing games for the cure. And so they wanted to start this. Wausau East was next to host the annual Wausau East versus Wausau West game. She asked Wausau East if they'd come on board with this, and they were very willing to do that. They were super excited to come out for this.
Great opportunity. And over the past 5 years, over the past 4 years, not including tonight, they've raised over $38,000 for the Volley for the Cure game.
Were we live?
Standing up. So tonight's game is more about than just the rivalry. It's really about, finding a cure for cancer. And like I said, they've raised over $38,000, which in and of itself is a huge achievement. And 6 months of planning has gone into this. So a lot of planning, a lot of hard work. There's raffles out tonight. The band's here. So it's really just an atmosphere of people getting together. And I look down over in the crowd, and you can see all the pink jerseys just, packing in pink.
Yep, everybody's packing in pink. And this is a great crowd for this. Everybody's excited. Everybody's amped. Everybody's ready.
The band's playing. I think this is the band's first volleyball game since...
in the history of the program. It's the first volleyball game they've ever done.
So this is really a special night for all the teams. prefacing this game, both teams were at the Saturday Wisconsin Valley Conference Tournament. And while East came out of it 2-1, West fell 0-3 to fall to 0-10 on the season. It's kind of been a little bit of a disappointing season for West. They haven't won a game yet, which is never a good thing.
Yeah, but this is definitely a game that they're looking to put in the win column. Nothing really matters. Records don't matter when it comes to the Wausau West game.
And I think, records really don't matter when it comes to a rivalry game. It really doesn't matter who's over in 10 and who's, 5-5. I think the thing that really matters is how much both teams want to win it tonight.
Yeah. When it comes, especially because they're doing it for such a great cause, Volley for the Cure cause, definitely a great cause.
And this place is about to get packed. You can see, you can't see, but if you can see in here, you can see they're raising the other half of the stands, which is something they don't normally do, but just because we're going to have such a big crowd for tonight's game.
So let's talk about the keys to the game from both of the coaches that we got before the game.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Zaromsky of Wausau East, he said that the keys to the game for his team was that they really need to receive the serve well. If they can receive the serve well, they can prevent runs from the other team, and hopefully they'll be able to really get into the game and stay in it. If they can receive the serve well when they lose the serve and get back on it.
How about for Wausau West?
For Wausau West, one of the keys for them is that they really want to go on the offensive. They don't want to just be stuck all night going on the defensive. Coach Newton, Kathy Newton of the Wausau West Warriors, said that instead of just playing defense all night, they want to go on the offensive, and they want to slow down the offense of Wausau West, or Wausau East, excuse me. Another key point for the game for Wausau East is that they want to dominate the net. When we did our last game, when Wausau East played Marshfield, that was something that really gave Marshfield an edge, is that they really had a couple tall players who were able to really get up close to the net and just dominate in that area. Now, when I talked to Coach Ronsky, he said that this is the first time in quite a while that East has actually had a size advantage over Wausau West. And so they have 6'2" senior
Haley Schultz.
Haley Schultz, yeah, who is going to be really key for the Lumberjacks tonight.
Yeah, she's going to be really big. She's going to be really important in dominating the net and important there.
So it looks like we're about ready to get started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Volley for the Cure Night at Wausau East High School.
So we're going to turn it over to PA announcer, Madame Zalent, our French teacher, who is being the announcer for tonight.
Before introducing the starting lineups, I'd like to make the following announcements. The restrooms are located in the main lobby area outside the doors under the Lumberjack logo to your left. Concessions are available in the seating lobby area just past the restrooms. While the game is in progress, we ask that all spectators remain seated and no one cross the floor at either end of the court. The Wisconsin Valley Conference of Wausau East High
And here we go to Wausau East Volleyball.
Wausau East versus Wausau West. Our starters for tonight, for the Wausau East home team, we have number 2, Annie Tuman. Number 3, Vanessa Bors. Number 4, Paige Heinrich. Number 5, Clara Bowman. Number 9, Kaylee Carlin. Number 15, in the libero jersey, Kaylee Heinrich. And number 21, Morgan Gehring.
For the Wausau West Warriors, starting for them is number 4, Christina Gager. Number 5, Anna Brown at middle hitter. Number 6, Bria Hill. She's one of the captains for the team. Number 7, Krista Strandberg. Number 8, Sammy Lodged. Number 9, Katie Spencer. And number 21, Haley Foch.
And number 8, Sammy Leipzig is going to be wearing the libero jersey for the Warriors.
Oh.
Some key players to watch tonight. For the Wausau East High School, some key players, and this is actually according to Coach Newton. She says that the 2 players who are really going to be key for the Lumberjacks is going to be Haley Schultz and Clara Bowman. Those are the 2 players. And for West, the key player is really going to be Haley Fox. She's going to have to really be key for the Warriors.
And we'll have to see how the Lumberjacks can handle Kaylee Fox. She's had a great season this year, even though their team's not had the greatest success. So here we go. We see the sportsmanship, them shaking hands, and we're ready to go.
Wausau East is in the pink jerseys, and Wausau West is in the black jerseys with pink numbers. The libero is wearing the opposite color jersey. So for West, that would be pink, and for East, that would be black.
And here we go. It's going to be the Lumberjacks that started off with the serve. As we're getting ready for this game.
So after 6 months of planning, it all comes down to tonight.
Yep.
And tonight's volley for the Cure game. So we are about to get underway.
Everybody's ready, everybody's fired up, and here we go.
I think something that will be key is how both teams handle the excitement.
And here's number 3, Vanessa Bors with the serve.
And we're off. The 5th annual volley for the Cure game.
Nice passing by the Wausau West Warriors. So get it over the net. And that cannot be saved by the Wausau West Warriors. And that's a point for Wausau East.
Now, it'll be interesting to see. One of the big things in high school volleyball is who can go on runs. So let's see if Wausau East can't start a little run here to get started. And there's another point for Wausau East.
That's an ace by number 3, Vanessa Borsch.
They were just not able to handle that serve.
She put that in the perfect position.
Exactly.
Ms. Stromsky talked about how they need to have good aggressive serving in order to do it. And
And
there's
that's
another
another-
one. That's
Another great
ace.
serve. Another great serve. So let's see. Starting out this game 3-0. Let's see if they can't keep it going a little bit. Tips it over, and they are able to save it.
And that was good placement by the Wausau West Warriors as they get their first point on the board.
So Wausau West is able to break that 3-0 run to start things off, and score is now 3-1.
And number 2, Alex Guenther, junior, with the serve. And Wausau East spikes it right into the net. Now Wausau West is on the board again. 2 down with 2 points. Nice push over by the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Tries a little pop over. Oh, and that's a point for the Wausau Lumberjacks. I believe they called it under the net. Did you see what they called it there?
I think they may have called it touching the net.
Oh,
On the Warriors.
yep.
So now the
So
score
now
is 4-2. And we have
now-
number 9, Kaylee Carlin, who's going to be doing the serve.
And that was a great spike by number 5, Clara Ballman, for the Wausau Lumberjacks, and Wausau West could not return that.
And like I was saying, Claire Bowman was one of the people that Coach Newton really thought that they would need to keep an eye on.
And that's number 21, Haley Foch, on the spike there. Wausau just couldn't handle it. And now number 3, Samantha Olivia, is back with the serve. Good teamwork by the Lumberjacks getting it over there. Get it right there. Oh, and it cannot be handled by the Lumberjacks. A little miscommunication there, it looked like. And the Wausau West Warriors have this game at 5-4.
Wausau West seems to be doing a really good job passing the ball and communicating, which is something.
That was a good pancake by number 21, Morgan Gehring.
But I think that was, again, some miscommunication by the Lumberjacks, as they do a nice job blocking it there at the net.
Right there, that's some net power for the Lumberjacks. Getting right up there. Trying to use their height advantage right now to kind of battle at the net. I think that's something that Wausau West doesn't really want to get into. They don't really want to get into a net battle.
And that's something that'll be helped with number 10, Haley Schultz, coming into the game, the 6'2" senior.
Oh, and that's 4 hits for the Lumberjacks. And that's a point for Wausau West.
They're just not able to spike that over there.
And let's see how the Warriors respond. With number 21, Haley Foch, back to set. Oh, and now that's number 3, Samantha Olivia, hitting it right into the net. And the Lumberjacks have a 7-5 lead.
And that's number 22, Brianna Lidke, coming into the game for Paige Heinrich. Like we saw in the last game with Wausau East versus Marshfield, they really like to bring Brianna in to do their serving for them, because she's really an excellent server.
And Wausau West gets the spike there. Goes right through the 2 defenders' hand for the Lumberjacks. And it's 7-6 with the Warriors to serve. It's number 4, Christina Greger, back to serve. And that's a nice block by number 10, Haley Schultz.
And that was 4 hits by the Warriors, so they're not able to return that, and Wausau East goes up by 2 points. And that's number 2, Annie Tooman, who's going to be taking the serve now for Wausau East.
Oh, miscommunication there by the Warriors. Nice spike by Haley Schultz. And that's a great tip over by number 3, Vanessa Borse, the 5'8" junior and the setter for the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
Again, we're talking that's some net play, some great net play by the Lumberjacks there.
That was Annie Tooman for the Lumberjacks, number 2 on the serve.
Oh, they're going to call that a carry on the Lumberjacks.
Yep.
So
I think they call that on number 10.
And there's number 15, Kaylee Heinrich, coming into the game as the libero, the sophomore. Oh,
that's an ace.
And that ball is in. I think she thought it was going to go out, but ball was able to just get down there.
That was an ace for number 7, Christina Scherberg. She's a senior for the Warriors. Setter, and she just had a very nice serve there. Another great serve
that Wausau East is just not able to handle. And now Wausau West has tied the game up at 9 apiece. So again, Christina Strandberg doing the serving. And that one is a little bit too much. So Wausau East will gain possession again and gain a lead at 10-9.
And that's number 5, Clara Ballman on the spike. Put that right where there were no Lumberjacks, where there were no Warriors, excuse me. And now we have number 10, Haley Schultz with the serve. Great serve, put it right there. Lumberjacks, a little bit of miscommunication there. And that was a good block by the Warriors as they get the ball back with an 11-10.
A little miscommunication, and Wausau West took full advantage of it.
Yep. I think that's a key for the Warriors, that they take all the advantages they can get.
So it's now 11-10 with Wausau East having the lead.
Now it's the libero for the Warriors on the serve.
And that will go out of bounds, point to Wausau East.
And now it's number 3, Vanessa Borse on the serve.
Wausau East really has to do a good job serving here if they're going to want to win this match, and especially if they want to go on runs, which is really important. That's a great save. Kept alive. Oh, and it is served. It is hit back into the net by number 15,
Kaylee Heinrich,
the libero for the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
And now it's number 2 for the Wausau West Warriors, Alex Gunther, back to serve. Oh, that was a little long, but it's out of bounds, and the Lumberjacks get a point. It's now 13-11 in favor of the Lumberjacks.
A little bit too much power on that one. Yep.
Too many Wheaties this morning.
I think they weren't expecting that just hit over the net in one time.
And it's number 9, Kaylee Carlin.
And that goes out of bounds for the Lumberjacks, so that's a point for Wausau West. Wausau West, although they came into this game as pretty much underdogs, with the 0-10 record up against the 5-5 Lumberjacks, they are really hanging close in this game. And right now it's only a 1-point game. And for those of you who don't know, as that ball goes out of bounds, so a point for the Warriors as they tie the game up. For those of you who don't know, volleyball will go 5 games. There's 5 games. And the 5th game is played to 15. Every other game is played to 25. And there's unlimited number of times that it can go, if you have to win by 2, and it can go up to any number. And it's rally scoring, so every time there's a serve, a point will be won.
And it's the winner of the best of 5 there, so.
Right.
This first match is key to get the momentum going right for your team. And that's a carry by the Warriors. And it's
an ace for the Lumberjacks.
Number 5, Claire Bowman back there. Some miscommunication there by the Lumberjacks.
Again.
And that's number 21, Haley Foch on the spike.
Yeah, the Lumberjacks seem to be miscommunicating a lot. I mean, twice in that 1 point. And so,
yeah, girls running into each other.
Look for Wausau West to really try and take advantage of that.
Tip, and that point is for the Warriors. And it's a 15-15 games, folks. And that's a great spike for the Lumberjacks.
Great effort by number 21, Haley Fosh of the Warriors. Try and save that one, but just not able to save it.
And it's 16-15 as Brianna Leakey comes into the game.
Again, the serving specialist for the Lumberjacks.
Oh, that's a miss hit for the Warriors. And it's Lumberjacks point. It's 17-15.
So let's see if with Brianna, this team can't go on a little bit of a run here.
Oh, and that looked like it could have gone out of bounds. It's a nice punch by number 5 for the Lumberjacks, Claire Ballman. And it's a carry for on the Warriors, and it's point to the Lumberjacks. They're just 7 points away now.
And there's a timeout by Wausau West, looking to try and end a little bit of a run here by Brianna Leakey on the serve. And we can hear a lot of school spirit as the student sections for both West and East have come out in full force.
A lot of packing it pink.
Packing it pink, there really are. See a lot of shirts. And there's Channel 9 news crews here. So they're taking some shots of the fans.
All in support of this breast cancer. What a great cause to be going for. This Volley for the Cure.
Yeah.
Great to see two schools coming together for such an important thing as breast cancer.
And as they said in the introduction, they've already raised $10,000 for Volley for the Susan Gian Komen Foundation.
And that's a spike by number 10, Haley Schultz for the Lumberjacks. And it's 19-15. The Lumberjacks on top. That was a great hit.
This is an absolutely great serve, putting it in a place where there were no Warriors and able to get that down.
There was nothing West could have done about that. And Brianna is still back there.
And again, miscommunication by the Warriors, but they are able to save it.
And that hits the ground, and it's point to the Warriors.
So Brianna Leakey will go out, replaced by Paige Heinrich, number 4.
Paige Heinrich is a senior, 5'8", and she plays primarily outside hitter. So they're going to try to really use her back into the game. Set at Haley Schultz, and she gets the kill.
Another great spike by Haley Schultz. Hitting it right into the defender and not allowing the defender to be able to hit it, bump it to the setter.
Quite literally a kill shot. And looks like we got number 2 back there for the Lumberjacks, Annie Tooman, sorry. Nice save by the Lumberjacks. Great job by the Lumberjacks. Knock it over.
Nice shot at the net. Oh, and the Warriors make a great save at the net there.
And that's a carry for the Warriors. And it's 21-16, Lumberjacks on top. 4 points away from this game, from this match being over. Not match, set. Number 2, Annie Tooman, still back to serve. And that's out of bounds, hit out of bounds by number 21, Haley Fosh. And they're edging closer to getting this victory now.
It looks like coming out of that timeout, Mr. Zaromsky, Coach Zaromsky, really did a good job of getting his team ready to finish out the set. They are just 3 points away from finishing the set out. Game, excuse me.
Oh, nice placement by number 10, Haley Schultz. And there's the kill. And Haley Schultz has another spike to add to her name.
That is 3 kills coming out of that timeout by Haley Schultz, and she has really been doing a great job as the Warriors call another timeout as Wausau East is just 2 points away from taking this first game and really building up a lot of momentum for tonight's game.
Like Coach Rumsky said, if a player's hot, they're hot. And right now, Haley Schultz seems to be on a run.
7th grade girls volleyball girls who are here. They have their banquet tonight, cheering on the Wausau Miss girls.
So the Lumberjacks still have possession. It's number 2, Annie Tooman with the serve. And that is an ace for Annie Tooman. That's a great serve that Wausau West is just not able to handle.
And they're 1 point away from winning this set.
Game point for the Lumberjacks.
Annie Tooman, number 2, back to serve. Great serve again, and it's over. And the Lumberjacks have won the first set, 25-16. That was a great ace by number 2, Annie Tooman, as she ends it with some great serving right there.
So Wausau East takes the first game of 5 as the team switch sides. And so they're doing some draw-ins right now. If you hear the PA announcer for the Volley for the Cure and all the different prizes that are going out tonight, that people have brought raffle tickets in order to support Volley for the Cure. And, you know, really the big theme tonight is Volley for the Cure. I mean, the game really goes beyond just a game. It's kind of like Coach Newton was saying to me. They realize that that her players realize that what they're doing is bigger than the game. And it gets the kids more involved in their community and gets them working together instead of working apart. And so I think that's really a big part, is that they are, you know, working together. And instead of just, you know, separation that a lot of times rivalries can bring, you know, these players are really working together in order to find this cure for breast cancer.
So tell me what you thought about the keys for the game, keys for that set for the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
I think really they did a good job serving. They had quite a few aces in there. I don't have an exact statistic, but their aces were really, they had quite a few aces. And also their play at the net, especially number 10, Haley Schultz, the 6'2" senior, was really a dominating force there at the net. And for the Warriors, some things that they can do better is, for both teams, is really communication. But in particular, they need to be able to serve a little bit better and make sure that they're being aggressive instead of just playing, taking a defensive approach.
So the two teams are switching sides. Lumberjacks are now on the left side of the court from the home stands, and the Warriors on the right. And we're here at Packet Pink. And so we got the Volley for the Cure here.
The 5th annual Volley for the Cure. Both sides of the river have really come together and are packing it pink for tonight's game.
So what do you think the Warriors need to do coming out of this set, coming into this set?
Again, like I was saying, they just need to be more on the offensive than on the defensive. And if they keep going on the defensive and just allowing the Wausau East girls to just attack and attack, eventually there's not going to be anything Wausau East or the Warriors can do, and Wausau East will get that spike down.
Well, it looks like they're going to have a chance to come out firing because they have the serve right away. So here we are starting the second match, the best out of 5.
And Wausau West will have the serve, number 21,
Haley Fosh. She was a great server in the last set. So they're going to really see if they can get her going right now.
West side is really getting into the game with some cheers. They've been a little bit more vocal than the home crowd, the home student section.
Okay, number 5, we're going to give you one more chance to come down and claim your prize.
So the game's being delayed a little bit as they're trying to find the raffle winners.
Ready? 107.
And so Wausau West is meeting back together, trying to get ready. And I think this is really a key game for the Warriors. I think they really need to win this game if they're going to have a chance to pull up the upset tonight.
Pivotal. This one's pivotal.
Definitely.
If they can get this one, it's all 1-1 again, and they'll have a chance to get back. But the Lumberjacks really right now are trying to bury them and get the second one.
Exactly. So again, we're just kind of held up waiting for the raffle, but I think we're going to get things started. So here we are, the second game in the 5th annual Volley for the Cure between the 5-5 Wausau East Lumberjacks and the 0-10 Wausau West Warriors.
And here we go, underway, number 21 for the Warriors, serve. It's a nice push over by number 7 for the Warriors. That's Kirsten Strawberg. Nice net play.
Save.
It's back, set by number 3. And the Wausau Warriors can't handle that one. And so it's the Lumberjacks that get the first blood.
Draw the first blood in this game. And again, Wausau East is really controlling the net.
Looks like we got number 3, Vanessa Borsch, back to serve, the junior.
Oh, that is a great play at the net by the Wausau East Lumberjacks.
That was Kaylee Carlin at the net and Haley Schultz, both at the net.
And they were able to block that serve, and Wausau West wasn't able to do anything about that.
Sorry, excuse me, Arissa Towel at the net with her.
That is out of bounds, so that will be a point for the Warriors. So the Warriors finally get on the board. It is 2-1 here in the first couple of points in the second game.
And it's number 15, Abby Gerlash, back to serve. Gonna see if she can get some momentum for the Warriors, who haven't really been able to get on any runs in this game.
And serving will kill you like that. The serve goes into the net, and that really is a run killer. When I talked to Coach Zaromsky for the last game, he said that one of the things that is different perhaps in high school volleyball than perhaps you see in the Olympics is that runs are really, really important for high school volleyball.
That's a great save by Kaylee Carlin, number 9 for the Lumberjacks.
And so when you serve the ball into the net, it's really just a run killer. Wausau East is trying to save that.
Hits the ceiling, and that's a point for the Warriors. I thought they had it. It's a great try for a save there.
Almost able to save it. Close, but no cigar.
Now we have number 7 for the Warriors, Krista Stradberg. And that's a point for the Warriors as they tie this up 3-3. And that's out of bounds, and it's Wausau East Lumberjack point. Krista Stradberg, just too much juice on that one.
Krista Stradberg, she's really a great power server. She just sometimes has a problem just getting it to land on the other side.
And that's a great serve by number 2, Annie Tooman, for the Lumberjacks. Put in the perfect position. Clara Bauman. That was a great serve by Clara Bauman. Back there.
I'll say we'll handle that one.
Another great net play by number 4, Paige Heinrich, and number 9, Kaylee Carlin. Doing a great job there at the net. And the Lumberjacks have a 6-3 lead. Bauman still back. And the Lumberjacks were not expecting that.
That is a great play by Stressman, who was able to just put the ball into an area where none of the Lumberjacks were. There was kind of a hole there in the net, and Wausau West was able to really take advantage of that.
And the Lumberjacks come up with their own little bump over there by number 10, Haley Schultz. That was great decision-making right there for the senior.
The crowd is really getting into this game. It's great to see the crowds on both sides really, again, packing it pink. for tonight's volley for the Cure game.
Great save by number 9, Kaylee Carlin.
Freshman on the set.
Another save for the Lumberjacks. Set goes too far, and the Warriors can smash it down. That's number 21, Haley Fox, on the kill. So the Warriors have this game to come back in this game, 7-5 now.
And Wausau still holds the lead, but it's being chipped away a little bit by Wausau West.
Now it's number 2, Alex Gunther, back for the Warriors to serve.
Oh, and that is a great spike by the Lumberjacks.
Look like number 2, Annie Tooman, right at the net.
A great serve. Or spike, excuse me.
And she's back there now to serve for the Lumberjacks.
Number 2, Annie Tooman. Oh, that's a tough break for the Lumberjacks as the ball goes onto the net and is touched for the 4th time by the Lumberjacks.
Almost got it over there.
Close, but no cigar.
And now it's number 3, Samantha Olivier, for the Warriors.
A little bit of miscommunication there for the Lumberjacks.
We're right there at the net, the Lumberjacks. Tipped by the Warriors, so the Lumberjacks have another new set. Tipped by the Warriors again. Now it seems that the Lumberjacks are being on the defensive, but that's out of bounds, and it's the Lumberjacks' point.
Lumberjacks are leading this game 9-6.
And it's number 10, Haley Schultz, the 12th grader, and the 6'2" setter for the Lumberjacks. Right into the net, and the Lumberjacks just can't handle that.
Not able to save that.
It's a point for the Warriors as it's 9-7 now. Number 21, Haley Fox, back to serve. Great reaction there by Kaylee Heinrich, but number 9, Kaylee Carlin spikes it right into the net.
Not able to quite get that up. Just barely. Tipped out of the net. Oh!
And that's a kill shot by number 6, Arissa Towle.
That was a great spike by the Lumberjacks there. And again, you know, when you're spiking like that, there's really not a ton the opponents can do about that. Except for hopefully get out of the way.
That's number 9, Kaylee Carlin on the spike. Warriors just can't handle that.
And number 2, Alex Gunther laid out to try and save that.
Now it's the Warriors who call a timeout, down 11-8.
Trying to end what could be the start of a run for the Lumberjacks.
So, Mr. Zarobski's really been using these timeouts since West has called. He hasn't called any of his own yet, but Lumberjacks have really gotten out. And on the reserve side, the Warriors really need to come out of this timeout more fired up than they have out of the last 2.
Something that we saw in the Marshfield game is that Mr. Zaromski really does a great job of encouraging his team coming out of timeouts, and they tend to do really well coming out of it.
Number 3, Vanessa Borse, back for the serve. And that hits the ceiling, and it comes down on the Warriors, on the Lumberjack side. It's a point for the Warriors. And there's a good point coming out of the timeout like that.
Good job for West being able to score that.
Now it's number 15, Abby Gerlach, for the Warriors.
Spiked by Paige Heinrich.
And that's out of bounds. Too much juice on that one, and it's a point for the Lumberjacks, and they get this one back. And it's number 9, Kaylee Carlin, back to serve.
So it's another 3-point lead for the Lumberjacks.
Good stop by number 9, Kaylee Carlin.
Oh, just taps it over the net there. And West is able to save that.
Great net play by number 4, Paige Heinrich. Really putting West on the defensive.
And that is tipped by the Warriors, so that will be a point for the Lumberjacks. So the Lumberjacks are trying to win this the second game after winning the first game. And trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead while the Warriors are trying to even this game up and prevent facing a 2-0 deficit. Warriors are able to save that.
That's number 5, Anna Brown for the Warriors, who gets the kill right there. That was great net play by the Warriors. Really good passing by them. They really did a good job passing.
And also being able to handle some of those spikes that East had.
And it's number 7, Krista Stradberg, back to the serve. Double hit on the Warriors, and it's Wausau West ball, and it's Wausau East point.
So Wausau East takes a 4-10 lead on the Warriors. The serve is barely handled by Wausau West. Nicely done, tipped it over.
But the Warriors cannot save it, and that's another point for the Lumberjacks.
Again, Wausau East is doing a nice job placing where they're putting the ball.
Under the net, illegal net violation for the Warriors, and that's a point for the Lumberjacks. Taking a 5-point lead here, the largest of the match.
The fans are really getting into the game and trying to encourage their team. There's really been a lot of good sportsmanship tonight by the fans of both sides. As I realize that they're all coming together to support breast cancer research.
Nice pancake by number 15, Abby Gerlach. For Paige Heinrich on this ace over there. And the Warriors hit into their own net. And it's 16-10, extending the largest lead of the night.
And another example of miscommunication by the Warriors. So that's number 5, Clara Bowman on the serve for the Lumberjacks.
Exactly.
Waiting for something from the officials table.
And it's 17, and they're putting one more point back on the board. The official scoreboard here. It's actually great sportsmanship by the West coach, who actually mentioned that to the official. So. And that's a stuff by number 10, Haley Schultz. Timeout Warriors.
Wausau East has gone on a little run here and gotten up by 8 points, the largest lead by any team on the night in either game. And so, as we look at the timeouts, what do you think, if you were in the West huddle, what would you be saying to the players?
I'd say I'd really be wanting to slow it down right now. Down by this, just start chipping away. And hopefully you can go on a little run right here. It's all going to start with returning this serve right here. So I'd be really looking to get the return in a great place. But they can't handle it, and that's a spike, and that's an ace by number 5, Clara Bowman.
Really done a great job serving here for the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks take a 9-point lead.
That's the exact opposite of what you want to do coming out of a timeout like that. Another great serve.
And another example of miscommunication by the Warriors. 2 players going for that ball there.
Stuff in the net by number 10, Haley Schultz, and miscommunication for the Warriors. And it's another point for the Lumberjacks.
And either way, that was 4 hits by the Warriors. Only allowed to hit it thrice.
Out of bounds. And the Warriors will take over possession of the serve.
And Wausau West finally breaks that serve, although not of their own merit.
By number 5, Claire Ballman. Great job serving tonight. Lumberjacks have done a really good job of being aggressive right there at the net. And that's number 5. Number 5, Claire Ballman, who can't return it. And so number 8, Sammy Latch, wearing the libero shirt. Another ace for Sammy Bosch, wearing the libero shirt. That's a great serving by her, trying to get this run started. That seems to be giving a life back to the Warriors.
That set goes a little bit too far, so West is not able to get it over the net, and that will be a point for the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks are just 4 points away from taking a commanding 4-0 lead, as we see some kids doing the Gangnam style. You gotta have some love for that.
Number 22, Brianna Leakey, back in the game to serve.
Oh, that is a great job by the Warriors and a placement. It almost looked like it was a little bit of a lucky shot there. But nice job, regardless, for the Warriors on that shot.
Nice slip off her hand right down to the spot where the Lumberjacks weren't.
As the Warriors have tightened the lead down to 7 points.
And it's number 2, Alex Gunther, back to serve. Great spot positioning by number 2, Annie Tooman. And the Warriors just can't get to that. And the Lumberjacks are only 3 points away from ending this and taking a commanding 2-0 lead. And we've got Kaylee Carlin taking a break there. And that's an ace by number 2, Annie Tooman, for the Lumberjacks.
Great aggressive serve by the Lumberjacks. They're 2 points away now from taking this game 2. A little bit of miscommunication there for the Warriors.
I really like what Coach Zaromski's doing, even in a position where they might be thinking that they should play it safe to try to keep their now 8-point lead with the Warriors score. They do a great job of keeping that aggressive. Number 3, Samantha Olivia, back to serve. And it's an ace by Samantha Olivia, as the Lumberjacks just can't get a hold of that one.
And that goes out of bounds, so that is a point for the Warriors. Lumberjacks are just trying to get those 2 points they need to close this game out. Oh, and that's going to help with the serve going into the net. So it is game point for the Lumberjacks. The student section is helpfully reminding that it's just 1 more point.
And that's number 9, Kaylee Carlin, who ends.
Great spike there in order to end the second game as Wausau East takes a 2-0 lead, needing just 1 more game to win this Volley for the Cure game.
Excuse me, Claire Ballman. Sorry. But that was a great, hard serve right into where the Lumberjacks weren't. So Nathan, What was the Warriors' problem in this set?
I think something that we really saw between the first and the second sets was miscommunication. And I think both teams really had some examples of miscommunication in the first game, but the difference now, and I think what made it a little bit bigger of a margin of victory for the Lumberjacks, is that Wausau East really had less communication issues here. While West really had quite a few communication issues here. And when I say communication issues, I can really see that when like two players are going for the ball, which leaves the players out of position, which allows them or doesn't allow them to be in the right spot to receive the serve. So as the Wausau West coach right now, what would you be telling your girls as they're down 2-0, and Wausau East is on the verge of closing this game out?
There's no time like the present to start playing well and start getting this set. We got to get this one, obviously, but we just got to start it slow. We got to get on a little bit of a run, and we just got to keep chipping away. We really need to shut down their front people at the net.
And I think something that would be big for the Warriors is even if they can't pull out a victory tonight, it's just they need to get some momentum as the tournament is fast approaching. Wausau West really hasn't had a great season, but they're still going to make the tournament because all the teams get into the tournament. So what they're looking for now is some momentum building as they get into the tournament time. And Wausau East is looking here to close it out, as it looks like number 7 for the Lumberjacks.
Number 3, Vanessa Boris, is actually going to be back there.
Excuse me.
And we do have a change for the libero for the Wausau East Lumberjacks. Number 16, Bailey Lakey, twin sister to Brianna Lakey, has now taken the libero jerseys for the Lumberjacks.
So could you explain the libero jersey and what that signifies?
The libero jersey, whoever wears the libero jersey can sub out with any player on the floor. Usually you use that for a back hitter so that you can sub out with that, and it won't cost any of your 6 substitutions that you get per set. So it's really a key coaching strategy about who to put in the libero jersey. And the Warriors cannot corral that as number 3 Vanessa Boris back there with a great serve.
And it's interesting to note in the past 2 games, the Wausau East has also scored first and has then gone on to win both those games. So let's see if Wausau East can't continue that tradition or stat that they've been having of drawing the first blood and then going on to win.
And the Lumberjacks are out to a 3-0 lead as the Warriors just can't handle that serve.
Another substitution in there is Arisa Tao for the Lumberjacks. She's a 4'9" sophomore for the Lumberjacks. A little bit shorter, but she plays the back right for Lumberjacks.
And there she goes, getting that bump. And that's outside of the net. And so it's a point for the Warriors as they get their first point on the night on this set match.
So now it's number 15, Abby Gerlach, who's going to be serving for the Warriors. Oh, and that is a spike into the serve by number 9,
Kaylee Carlin,
for the Lumberjacks.
So
Kaylee Carlin, along with Claire Bauman and Vanessa Boris and Annie Tuman, are the captains for tonight's team. So it'll be interesting to see how some of
that's
their
a
leadership.
carry for the Warriors, and it's back to the Wausau East possession as they take a 4-2 lead. Number 9, Kaylee Carlin back for the serve.
Wausau is looking to put a little bit of a run together with their senior leader serving the ball. And that is 4 hits for the Lumberjacks, so that point will go to West.
Paige Heinrich just couldn't get the ball over the net. So I think the Lumberjacks also need to make sure that they don't look past this set. It's easy when you're up 2-0 to think, oh, we got this in the bag, but they really need to settle down right now and get this. And that's for the Warriors. Reversely, they need to just get this set and not think, oh, man, there's no way we can come back. Number 7, Christine Stradbury back there with a serve. Out of bounds, a great net, and that's point for the Lumberjacks. But the Warriors have had really good net play back there.
In this game, yeah. I wonder if number 10, Haley Schultz, the 6'2 senior, will be able to help out some of that play at the net for the Lumberjacks as West hits it into the net, and so that's a point for the Lumberjacks as the game is 6-4 in the Lumberjacks' favor.
Number 10, Haley Schultz on the kill there. Nice job by the front 2 for the Warriors. Nice communication there for the Warriors. And conversely, bad communication for the Lumberjacks as they cannot get the ball over.
And so that was a really good rally by the Warriors, who were able to keep that ball alive. Nice bit of passing by both teams.
Miscommunication there. And number 7, Krista Strawberry hits it right into the net. Now it's Brianna Lakey going in for the Lumberjacks to serve.
Going in for number 4, Paige Heinrich. Like we've been saying throughout the night, Brianna Lakey is really the serving specialist for the Lumberjacks. She really does a great job coming in and serving as the Lumberjacks take that point.
Out of bounds on the Warriors. So Brianna will get back there to serve again. So Warriors try to get this back. And that's number 10, Maddie Ricart, who hits it right into the net. And it's another point for the Lumberjacks as they take a 4-5 lead.
Excuse me, 9-5.
9-5 lead. 4-point lead.
Lucky that didn't hit the ceiling there. So that hit the net instead of the other team. So that's the 4th hit when the Lumberjacks tried to return that. And so that is a point for the Warriors as Brandon Lickey goes back out and number 4, Paige Heinrich, comes back in.
And it's number 2, Alex Gunther for the serve for the Warriors. As she does a nice placement there. The Warriors get that point there.
I think that was number 7, Krista Strandberg.
Yeah, great senior leadership by her. Just putting the right placement on that one.
She is a captain along with Haley Foch for the Warriors. Fox. Excuse me. That was another point for the Lumberjacks.
As number 2, Andy Tuman goes back to serve. Nice communication there by the Lumberjacks as they punch it over. Again by number 27 for the Warriors. 23, sorry, Kaylee Pearson.
And that's a great play at the net by the Warriors. And Wausau's not able to handle that block. So it is a 2-point game, 10-8.
And Bailey Lakey is backing for the Lumberjacks with the Libero jersey. But that's out of bounds by the Warriors. So they're not able to capitalize at that. And the Lumberjacks have an 11-8 lead.
Nice play by the Warriors. Nice save by number 10, Haley Schultz on that one. And a great play by the Warriors, who were able to get that up over the play at the block at the net by the Lumberjacks, and able to get it down before the Lumberjacks were able to get a man there.
That was number 23, Katie Pearson, the senior 5'7" outside hitter. And that's number 9, Kaylee Carlin, who hits it right into the net as the Warriors are coming back in this one, now only down 11-10. And that's too much juice put on by number 5, Claire Bauman, as the Warriors tie this thing up at 11 all.
Nice job by the Warriors to tie the game back up when they were down by, I think, 4 points at one point.
But now it's number 5, Claire Bauman, on the spike, and that gets the serve back to the Lumberjacks and puts them back in the lead 12-11. And it's number 3, Vanessa Borse, on the serve.
The Warriors have not had the lead at all this evening, as they are trying to get their first lead of the night, and they tie the game up 12 all.
4 hits by the Lumberjacks.
So Wausau West with the serve. It's number 16.
Nice dump by number 4, Paige Heinrich. And that's number 21, Haley Fox, on the kill.
Excuse me, that was number 15, Abby Gerlich.
Sorry, you're right.
On the serve.
On the kill. And that's a great job by the Lumberjacks, getting back the lead and the serve as they now go up 14-13.
And that was the first lead by the Warriors on the night, as they had a 13-12 lead that East immediately responded to and tied the game back up at 13 apiece.
Excuse me there. So now it's number 9, Kaylee Carlin, on the serve.
Nice passing by both teams.
4 hits by the Lumberjacks.
And that was not blocked by the Warriors, as it was hit into the net.
So now it's the Warriors with a 14-13 lead.
Number 7, Krista Strandberg, the captain, senior captain, 5'4", the center, or the setter, excuse me, for the Warriors. And there's another point for the Warriors, as the Warriors take a 2-point lead here in the second game.
And now we have Coach Zarowski calling a timeout.
And so this is the first timeout taken by Coach Ken Zarowski. And as we're hearing over the PA announcement, the Lumberjacks soccer team won their match tonight 5-2 and won the conference tonight for the first time in quite a while. And so they will be advancing to the regionals game on Saturday, right?
Yep.
So.
And we did a live video. We did a tape delayed streaming of their game against Wisconsin Rapids. That was a 1-1 exciting tie, went into overtime, and so the soccer team is looking to have a great run at the postseason.
And was that inbounds?
That's inbounds, and that's a kill by number 4, Christine Geiger. And the Warriors have a 16-13 lead.
And we can see on this camera shot that we really have a lot of pink in the crowd tonight, you know, for the packet pink for the Volley for the Cure, which both teams are putting on in order to support breast cancer research with the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
Look like 4 hits, I think, for the Warriors. So the Lumberjacks take back possession, and it's number 5, Clara Bauman, back for the serve.
Oh, and that is a great spike by number 10, Haley Schultz, the 6'2 senior. A great
Really had a dominating presence right here at the net this game.
Well, Lumberjacks have really done a good job consistently throughout the night being a presence at the net.
And that's a carry by the Lumberjacks, number 5, Claire Bauman. So that's a point for the Warriors as they are up 17-15. Looks like number 21 back there, Haley Fox.
Lumberjacks are looking to take this third game and end it right now as they get another point and inch closer to tying this game up as they are 1 point away from having this game tied. And there's a substitution with number 22, Brianna Lidke, the serving specialist for the Lumberjacks. So she goes in for number 4, Paige Heinrich. Ooh, close there.
That's a carry on the Lumberjacks, and so it's a point for the Warriors as they have an 18-16 lead.
She's actually tripped a little bit there.
And number 4, Paige Heinrich's back into the game.
So the Warriors will have the serve with a 2-point lead as they are just 7 points away from winning their first game and moving things a little closer. With it would be 2-1 if they would win this.
It's number 2, Alex Gunther, back for the serve. But Haley Schultz has another kill, and she gives the Lumberjacks another point and the serve back. And it's number 2, Anthony Tooman, back for the serve. Great placement by number 23, 21, Haley Fox. And so that's 4 hits on the Lumberjacks, and it's a point for the Warriors as they, again, take a 2-point lead.
And so both teams are really doing a good job here at keeping the game close and not letting either team go on a run. It is still a 2-point game here.
And that's the libero number 12, Bailey Lakey, coming in. Number 16, sorry. Bailey Lakey coming in for number 2, Annie Tooman, trying to give her a rest.
The Lumberjacks are making it close here.
18-19, it's number 10, Haley Schultz with the serve.
Nice job by the Lumberjacks receiving that kill. And respond with a kill of their own. That was number 5, Clara Bauman on the serve there. Does a really nice job on the, spike there.
So Haley Schultz again goes back as the Lumberjacks have tied this game up. And both teams are 6 points away from ending this match.
Well, the Lumberjacks are 6 points away from ending the match.
From ending the game.
And the Lumberjacks retake the lead there with a great effort there as the block goes out of bounds. And Wausau West has taken a timeout as they have lost the lead.
I think something they're going to be looking for coming out of this timeout is they really need to get this next point. I think this next point is going to be critical for the Warriors to come back, not go down 2, but they actually tie this game up with 5 points to go. So this one's pretty critical for the Warriors. We'll be looking to see how they can come out and respond as number 10, Haley Schultz, is back for the Lumberjacks for the serve.
And there it is. The Warriors are able to come out of the timeout and respond by taking that point and knotting things up again at 20 as we really have an exciting game on our hands. They're coming out of the timeout here. Oh, and that is a great play by number 5, Clara Bauman for the Lumberjacks. As the Lumberjacks retake the lead 21-20, 4 points away from ending the match.
Bauman has done a great job today, really coming up big when the teams needed her, and having a lot of great spikes. Served by number 3, Vanessa Borse.
Oh, and a nice little tip there. Is trying to save it, and they are not able to save it as it goes out of bounds there. And a point for the Lumberjacks as the Lumberjacks take a 22-0, the 20 lead.
And that was great decision making by Arissa Tao, the 10th grader for the Lumberjacks, not hitting it when it could have, when her motions could have made her hit it. And the Lumberjacks again pull out another point, and it's 23-20. Lumberjacks have 2 points to go until this entire game is over.
Senior girls football announcement. Any senior girls from West or East that would like to play?
So there's an announcement going out that any senior girls who'd like to play in a flag football game before the log game to raise money for the food drive can, if they would like to they can contact Gina.
Yeah, contact your athletic director of both West and East. So, number 3, back for the Lumberjacks, Vanessa Borse.
Lumberjacks do a nice job to save that. Oh, and Wausau West blocks that. That was number 7, Krista Stressman on that one.
Assisted by number 21, Fox, Haley Fox. So, Strandberg and Haley Fox have been doing a great job tonight, really working together, showing the senior leadership, and really trying to keep the Warriors in this game.
As they have cut the Lumberjacks lead to 2.
And it's Abby Garlarks on the serve. And it's not able to be saved by the Warriors. And the Lumberjacks are 1 point away from ending this match.
As emphasized by the student class, 1 more point. Lumberjacks are 1 point away from winning this volley for the Cure match.
And who better to have it back then than number 9, Kaylee Carlin, the senior, the captain. She serves it to the libero.
Lumberjacks are able to save that. And there it is, the spike by number 5, Clara Bauman. And the Lumberjacks will win volley for the Cure in 3 straight sets.
And that's the game, and that's the match for the Lumberjacks, as they win the last set, 25-21.
Close set. And both teams really had a great job here. The Warriors, when they were down 2 sets to 0, really came out and played probably their best set of the game in this last one and really did a great job here. But the Lumberjacks were just a little bit too much for the Warriors to handle. And the Warriors will fall now to 0-11, while the Lumberjacks improve their record to 6-5 as tournament play comes. And
So there we have it. It's volley for the Cure, and this game is over the Lumberjacks have pulled out a victory and did a great job. We really see Coach Zaromsky doing a great job leading his girls when it seemed like things could have gone the wrong way. Coach Zaromsky did a great job for the Wausau's Lumberjacks, really settling his girls down and getting them in the position he needed to. Great work by changing out the libero in that last set, really doing some key strategic things with his substitutions to get that in. It was a great coaching job by Coach Zaromsky.
And I think even more than the way the game out, it was great for East that they were able to come out that and win the game. But it was more than that. It was the fact that that this was Volley for the Cure, and that they raised over $10,000 to support breast cancer research, which is really incredible. And this their 5th year doing this.
So that brings the total to right around $50,000 that they've raised in these 5 years, all because of one simple girl wanting to make a difference for her mother. It's a great story, and it's a great thing that the Wausau Lumberjacks have done.
And a great tradition that they have carried on throughout the years, these past 5 years. And I think it'll be a tradition that'll long outlast any of the players who play tonight, and that'll outlast probably even the coaches that play tonight. So that will do us here for Wausau Television. Our next game will actually be this Thursday as Wausau East takes on Merrill. And they're looking to play spoiler for the Merrill Blue Jays, who are set to perhaps win the conference if they can beat the Lumberjacks.
That'd be a great momentum game for the Lumberjacks. And Merrill Blue Jays are looking to wrap up their season.
Wausau West, on the other hand, is traveling to Rapids on Thursday. And they're looking to pick up a win as they're going into the tournament. And so, for Wausau East Television, my name's Nathan Townsend and Christian Townsend. For all of our staff here at Wausau East High School, we'd like to thank you guys for watching us, and hope you have a great evening, and hopefully you're able to tune back in on Thursday as the Lumberjacks take on the Merrill Blue Jays.
So for all of us here at Wausau East Television, this is us signing off.